So, Jack London kicks off this wild ride, pun totally intended, with a poem that's essentially a fancy way of saying, hey, we've all got a bit of the animal in us, and if you push us too hard, you're going to see some fur fly. This sets the stage for the call of the wild, where we're all just a hop, skip, and a jump away from sporting our inner beast mode, especially when life gets rough. Enter Buck, our canine protagonist, who's not your average Joe, or, well, Joe's dog. He's living the good life in sunny California, clueless to the gold rush frenzy up north that's creating a high demand for strong, burly dogs like him. Picture Buck as the dog version of a well-pampered aristocrat, sipping his doggy tea, if that were a thing, under the gentle care of Judge Miller. But little does he know, his life is about to take a turn worthy of a soap opera plot twist. Due to some seriously bad judgment involving gambling debts, a servant named Manuel decides it's a brilliant idea to sell Buck into what's essentially the doggy version of kidnapping. Talk about a rude awakening from his aristocratic dreams. Buck, used to ruling his domestic kingdom, is suddenly thrust into the dog-eat-dog, pun absolutely intended, world of the North, where being cute and fluffy doesn't cut it anymore. Buck's journey from a luxurious estate to the harsh wilderness is like watching someone who's only ever used a gold-plated toilet trying to figure out how to use a hole in the ground. He goes from being the king of the castle to not even recognizing himself in the mirror. At first, Buck's as naive as a puppy, trusting humans implicitly until he's sold down the river. Well, more accurately, up the north. His first harsh lesson in trust betrayal comes when Manuel ties him up and sells him for what boils down to chump change compared to Buck's later value. Buck's confusion and anger at his situation lead him to unleash his inner Cujo on the nearest hand, which doesn't end well for him. Turns out civilization's tight grip is quite literal in Buck's case. The imagery of Buck's collar being removed is quite on the nose, symbolizing his transition from a civilized pet to a wild creature. It's a rough transformation, complete with a cage match that Buck definitely doesn't win. By the time he gets to Seattle, Buck's gone from a judge's pampered pet to looking like he's fronting a doggy death metal band. Then enters the man in the red sweater, acting as Buck's introduction to the School of Hard Knocks, or more accurately, the School of Hard Clubs. This guy's fashion choice and teaching method screams Primitive 101. Buck learns the crucial lesson that in the wilderness, a human with a club is basically top dog. But Buck, being the quick learner he is, figures out the fine line between standing his ground and becoming a fur rug. Soon after, Buck's sold to Perot, who actually appreciates his doggy talents and introduces Buck to his buddy, Francois. They're the fair and balanced type, not the kind to fool around or be fooled by dogs. It's here Buck starts his crash course in wilderness survival and dog team dynamics. The chapter closes with Buck encountering snow for the first time, bewildered by the white stuff falling from the sky, sparking both curiosity and a bit of doggy embarrassment. Imagine moving from sun-kissed California to suddenly finding yourself in a snow globe, and you've got Buck's predicament in a nutshell. In sum, Chapter 1 is a whirlwind tour from civilization to the wild, teaching Buck and us that life can flip on a dime, and sometimes you've just got to roll with the punches. Or in this case, the club swings. It's a tale of transformation, survival, and the discovery that inside every pampered pet lies a wild spirit just waiting for its moment to shine. Before you go, please let me know what you thought about this video down below in the comments. It makes my day to hear from you all. Over and out. This has been another Bookly Crash Course.